So I'm going to try and get this video up before the leaks of JJK next week. But I have a theory regarding the chapter that is coming out next week, or rather this week, from JJK. Now stick with me for a couple minutes while I go through this. So we know 3 or 4 things from the Shinjuku Showdown. Kenjaku died. Sukuna is officially gone. Yusha absorbed Kenjaku to use that technique on Gojo, and Yusha's brain is currently in Gojo's body. Okay, those are 4 confirmed facts. We know Sukuna's gone apart from that single finger that Nobara was banging on. We know that Kenjaku is dead because we saw Yusha kill him with the help from Todo and everyone else. With the help from Todo and a couple of others. We know that he used Kenjaku's abilities, therefore having to absorb a piece of Kenjaku, because it stated that's how his copy technique works, as well as we saw the stitches in Gojo's forehead, so we know Yusha put his brain in Gojo's body. However, according to the final manga panel of the chapter we got last week, Maki, Panda, I think Inumaki, and a couple of others were walking forward saying, "Damn you, Yusha, we need to save him," implying that the next chapter is going to be about saving Yusha. So, I had a theory reading this. This theory was it's a bit of one that doesn't have a lot of support to it, but I feel like it's a cool idea. But with how little chapters that there is left, I'm not sure how they'd be able to pull it off. But just run with me for a minute. So when Kenjaku dies, we get a final quote from him saying, "Someone else will carry out my will," or "Someone else will carry out my goal." Pretty much, that was something that was a bit of a cliffhanger for us when he died, because we thought it was going to be Sukuna, and then it wasn't Sukuna. We thought it was going to be someone else on the battlefield, and then it wasn't someone else on the battlefield. But what if it was? This theory revolves around the fact that Yusha, at his current moment, is in danger. We know that because of the last chapter. And we know that his brain was currently in Gojo's body. I have the theory that when Rika ate Kenjaku's body, and Rika was bound to Yusha, Kenjaku was able to take over Yusha's body, while Yusha took over Gojo's body. And by that sense, Kenjaku is both getting Gesho's goal of getting Rika, like we saw in the JJK0 movie, but also getting his goal of having someone carry out his will, being Yusha, because Yusha absorbed Kenjaku's brain, therefore taking his ability. Now stick with me for a minute, because I know this is a bit of a wild take, but that would be interesting. I don't know how they do it in terms of how long they have left, but imagine that for a second. Kenjaku's will was based around the fact that Yusha ate his brain, or ate a part of him, to then use his ability on Gojo. Because realistically, Kenjaku's a smart dude. He would have had to know that the only way a domain clash was going to work against Sukuna was with Gojo. And since Kenjaku might have had the foresight, or rather might have hoped that Sukuna was able to defeat Gojo, he might have come to the foresight that the only way they were ever going to win this fight was if Yusha took over Gojo's body with his curse technique, therefore making it that they would win the domain clash against Sukuna, or at least draw it out so they would win the fight. Now, obviously, this is on the stipulation that Kenjaku is the smartest person in the fucking universe, and he's just the precognition genius, because realistically, if he didn't know all this, then this idea just seems a bit dumb. But with the fact that if the small possibility, the small inkling, the small minute detail that he did know this fact, that Yusha would have to absorb his brain to get into Gojo's body, to then transform into to then use Gojo's domain clash. And because Yusha did not know the repercussions of absorbing Kenjaku's brain, either Kenjaku's brain is in Gojo's body, but it's technically Yusha's brain, or Kenjaku's brain or Gojo's brain that moved to Yusha's body, since Yusha's body is linked with Rika, makes it so that Kenjaku can use Gojo's brain in Yusha's body, making it so that Yusha is carrying out Kenjaku's final will. Now, I know this theory seems a bit fucking far-fetched because there has to be so many things that go into play for this plan to work. Everything has to fall into place, and Kenjaku literally has to have the highest IQ I've ever fucking seen in anime for this plan to work. However, Is it as far-fetched as we're thinking? Because Kenjaku has been consistently ahead of every single individual. He gave Tengen to Sukuna in the event of his death. In his final moments, he changed one of the rules, the last rule in the Culling games, so that Megumi was the one who could trigger the merger, and gave Tengen to Sukuna. So, by all accounts, he has been 10 steps ahead of everyone at this point. Is it that far-fetched to say that he could be 10 steps further ahead of everyone else? Because I think it's a bit of a drop-off ending if we have it so that Sukuna died in such a pathetic way, like because he was going hand for hand with Itadori for a while, and everyone, as a matter of fact, and then to just have him rip apart from Megumi and just die. Like, I'm sorry, I don't find that like a satisfying conclusion. I feel like Sukuna was the big baddie that you're meant to fight physically. Kenjaku is the mastermind that is going to be the one to set up a second round of JJK, maybe a spin-off series, something like that. I know this theory is so far-fetched. I have no reason to believe this, apart from the fact that it would just make this series go on longer, but also make it so that Gege could expand further on the JJK universe like they might have wanted. If this theory sounds like fun to you, let me know. If you have any of your own theories down below, obviously put them down there before the leaks come out. Don't spoil the leaks when they come out on Thursday though, if this video has gone up before then, because obviously I will want to read them myself, and I know other people will want to, and I don't want everyone being spoiled on just every minute fucking detail of JJK. It is a lot of people's favorite manga and or anime. And with that, yeah, I'm not really good at these YouTube videos yet. I gotta find out how to do longer form content. If you want to see me do anything, whether it comes to JJK, any manga, any anime, anything in anime relation, whether it be telling you about certain characters from Versus, telling you about who's, you know, who I find the most interesting, because I am not going, okay, let's be clear, me and you, I am not going to fucking go into the power scaling community. That shit is just toxic as fuck, and I feel like I would lose a nice ball if I did it. If you ask me about power scaling, I'm just going to blatantly ignore you. I apologize. That is just my morals when it comes to the anime community. I do not want to delve into the area where I'm going to be arguing with my left thumb for 20 hours about if Goku can really shit out a bean sprout that absolutely blows up the One Piece world. Okay? Thank you. Have a good day.